What's up, guys? What's going on? Today, I'm going to be taking you through the title Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a popular book, but I'll take you through just the big ideas from this book, about six of them, and then we'll dive into how we're going to be practicing it daily to get the most of it. Many financial books out there, but Rich Dad Poor Dad have really proven itself to be one of its kind, and the values from it is something you can start practicing immediately. So let's just go through it in this mind map. By the way, my name is Obin Fidels. If you've not done that before, try to click on the subscribe button and also like this video if truly you like it. Now for the learn, I'm going to focus on these six big ideas. First of all, we are going to focus on the first big idea, which is the importance of financial education. So first and first, we need to understand by this author. Okay, my mouth is kind of, let's see how it goes. Alright, so the rich dad emphasized learning how money works, while poor dad on the other side focused more on the traditional education. So the idea behind this whole book is that there is a rich dad and then there is a poor dad. And this particular person is in between opinion of the rich dad and the poor dad. So for the first big idea, rich dad emphasized more on learning how money works, while the poor dad actually focused on traditional education, which is go to college, get a degree, and then get a job after it. But we've learned that the rich dad has a better, has a more reliable advice for anyone. So the emphasis is on understanding money, everything from saving, investing, and budgeting, which is how anyone can build wealth. So the first thing we like to look at here is that if we really want to adopt this idea in our daily life, we should start by reading books and watching videos about personal finances, like this one you're watching right now. And beside reading the books and watching those videos, you still need to make sure that you're practicing by using some free apps to track your expenses and savings. That way you can actually learn how much is going out of your pocket every time, and also what is coming in. So example, you can learn how compound interest works by setting up a savings account that earns interest. Doing that will help you really understand how that area works. Okay, so that is it for focusing on financial education, where rich dad is actually encouraging the son to focus more on financial education. Next point we're going to look at, which is one of the big ideas in this book, is to make money work for you. Right, so here rich dad encourages investing money to create passive income, such as you invest money into stocks or rental properties. In the book, he actually talked about just buying a bicycle as a child, but instead try to get two. While you ride one and look fancy in that one, you make your friends rent the other bicycle and then you make money from it. On the other hand, poor dad just advised that you should work for money, rely on your job, whatever you find doing, just be contented with it. Of course, we all know that's not a good idea, especially in the economy that we are in now. So, how do you do this? You start small by investing in low cost index fund. You can also do this by owning your own property or consider renting out rooms in your house. Okay, books that you're no longer using. For example, a lot of us have books that we bought while we're in college, and then really we are not going to use them every day. You can consider renting them out. Okay, so that said, as an example, instead of just saving your money and then keeping it in the bank, you can invest in some dividend paying stocks that gives you regular returns. And there's a lot of such apps out there now, and it's becoming a lot more easier for you to invest in this age we are now. So you should think about this ideas that Rich Dad actually taught in this book. Up next is own assets. So Rich Dad thought that owning income generating assets like businesses and real estate creates long term wealth. No matter how small you can get now, it creates a long term wealth. Can you imagine owning a house or even a landed property like 10 years ago? Now it's going to be a big shot. On the other hand, poor dad relied on liabilities like just buying the basic items like, okay, let's own a mower, let's own a washing machine, and then we are okay, we can use the main money to eat. But then that's not a good way to think about it. So think more of a purchasing a long term assets. So instead of just buying a new car or a new on credit, you should consider investing that money in a side business that earns you income. Okay, so that said, let's move further to the next big idea. The next big idea here is you should take calculated risks. So even though we are encouraged to take risks and take risks and take risks, risks are supposed to be calculated and well planned. So Rich Dad encouraged that we should take risks. I did that because he wasn't afraid of taking risks if they were well thought out. So you can risk, but you should actually think through them. On the other hand, poor dad avoided risk totally for the fear of losing money. So a lot of us just leave our money in the bank because we don't want to lose the money. We don't want to pay for things that will help us make more money. That's not a good way to go. Look at it from the rich dad's perspective. What do you do? Take small calculated risk by investing in yourself. First of all, that's a good way to do it. There's a book written by the founder of LinkedIn that talked about the startup of you. We're going to review this in this channel also. You can wait for the video when it comes out. But one of the low risk areas to invest in is actually investing in yourself, and the rich dad actually do encourage us to do that. So you can invest in yourself by learning new skills, paying for a course, paying for subscriptions for tools you're using to do your work, and trying new opportunity. Do that by starting a side hustle while keeping your full-time job for those already working or while still in school. So reducing the risk of losing your your main income or whatever it is your career you're pushing. So just something at the side that can actually scale in a long run. So next up in the big idea is the right mindset. Really, the rich dad understand that sometimes things can be really difficult and we may run into some challenges on our way in growing our finances and all that. So, but you need to have a positive mindset. So he believes that having a positive and a growth focused mindset leads to success. Why poor dad had a fixed mindset and just believed that some kind of wealth wasn't attainable, so he just make do of what he have on his table. That is a bad way to think, so we should think more with a more positive and growth focused mindset. So what do? Shift your thinking basically from I can afford certain things to how can I afford it. Very powerful way to think. Not I can't afford it, but how can I afford it? So by looking for opportunities to increase your income. Example, when facing a challenge, think of solutions rather than focusing on the problem, such as finding a free online resource to learn on a particular skill rather than just being like, this looks too difficult and I'm not going to bother investing in it. Some other time, people that want to start a side also feels that there are a lot of people in the game already, and as such, they deny themselves that opportunity. That is not a good way to think, but then Rich Dad encourages us to have the right mindset. And the last big idea for this series is to work to learn, not just for money. This is popularized by Jim Rohn that you should work on yourself more than you work on your job. So Rich Dad advised working in different fields to gain skills and knowledge that help you in business rather than just working for a paycheck. So if you're really going to narrow down the paycheck road, try as much as possible to learn where you can gain lots of experiences, where you can diversify, that makes it easy for you to pivot into something else. So that is what Rich Dad encourages us to do. So for example, take jobs or volunteer opportunities that helps you learn valuable skills, even if the pay isn't that big. Okay, so but let it be something where you actually try your hands on new things, and as such begin to grow in very profitable way. Example, if you're interested in business, work part-time job or a small business to learn how it operates, and from then you can actually find out that in years to come you have a better understanding of how business works, and so you can grow your finances. I hope you're learning something. If you've not done that already, make sure you like and subscribe to get more insights to your finances and how you can brand yourself and start growing your assets. That said, let's look at some practical ways that we can apply this into our daily lives, and we are going to also have it in this six main category. First of all, financial education, like we just saw, is very important. Rich Dad emphasized that. So what do you do from this day onward? Read one personal finance article or watch one video per day is a good way to start. Very easy, not too stressful. Just one video, one article. Just most of these articles are not even up to 5 minutes, just 2 minutes, 3 minutes articles. Some videos are less than 12, 15 minutes. What do you do again? You can set goals to read one personal finance book or watch a full course on that per month. So really, even though articles and short videos can be very useful, but you need to also have a deep dive in some of these concepts by reading books that actually treat it in a good way. One way to start is to read the Total Money Makeover book by Dave Ramsey. I'm going to do a short summary of that book very soon. Or you read the book I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Samit Shetty. Is a good way to start. In a month, just to up your game in your finances knowledge, you can read a book per month. That said, next big idea, what do you do in a way to practice? Look at personal passive income. So dedicate time after work or school to develop a side hustle. Don't just think about it. Don't just read those books or watch those videos and not do anything. Dedicate your time, few hours, 2 hours per day, to develop a side hustle or investment strategy. You can do this by selling handmade crafts on Eastay, or provide freelance services in graphic design, or writing on Fiverr. Anything that fits you, just give it a shot. In that way you can learn basic concepts like looking for gigs and all that, and even homing your skills in those areas you already learned something. But make sure you're doing something about your passive income. Invest on assets. So little by little, when you start getting some money, start small by investing in stocks or index funds using platforms like Robinhood and Orcon. Some apps are peculiar to your areas, but then look for them online and try to invest even just those tiny amounts, and with that you can scale up in no time. You can use a portion of your monthly income if you're already working. Use a portion of your savings or your pocket money to buy shares in an index fund that mirrors the stock market. Don't let a year go by without you investing somewhere. Some companies can also go for landed property if you have such finances. Taking calculated risk, how do you go about it? Start small with investments that you can afford, just like I just said, investments that you can afford to lose. So if you don't have enough money, just spare a little that you can afford to lose without things really going bad, and gradually grow from there. You can also invest in new opportunities like stocks, or starting a simple side also, like selling digital products online, or like we said earlier, invest in learning a new skill that can help you earn more money, such as coding, digital marketing, that later you can turn into a side hustle. Calculated risk. Don't be too quick and emotional when it comes to investing. So, mindset shift, what do you do? Practice positive affirmation daily to focus on solution based thinking when faced with challenges. Challenges will surely come, but the way you think about it matters the most. What else can you do? Regularly seek out for new ways to increase your income and investment every single day. Take out time when you're meditating to look out in your subconscious mind ways that you have come across before that you can revisit in order to increase your income. And if your salary is stagnant, consider creating a second stream of income like affiliate marketing or investing dividend fund. Very quickly before we shut down, self development, that is a big game. So learn new skills related to your field of interest using free resources like YouTube, other platforms like Coursera, where you can actually know that you're making progress in your journey of finances. Invest in learning a new skill that can help you earn more. That is self development, is a good place to start. And like we said about mindset, which is one of the major things that people really lose out on, you should learn to create affirmations and mind movies that set the tone and keep your subconscious mind ready for the kind of life you really want to do. And to do that, I have this video linked up here, which is specially designed for this particular video, Rich Dad Poor Dad mind movie. There's also an affirmation that we take 2 3 times a day to condition our minds in such a way that we start thinking more of investing like the rich dad did then than just going about life the other way around. Until we meet again, see you in the next one.